servants of the government instead of the government supposed to be serving us. And that's what's so important, is that how do we get back into that fold? How is it that when Martin Luther King fought for our civil rights, so to speak, why didn't too many things change still on the whole horizon of what was supposed to be done? Well, because we're still in the corporate ward status. You see what I'm saying? He's fighting for civil rights, which means that under civil law, under blacks law, which is colored law, where people still claim themselves as Negro, black, and colored, and African American and American whatever you want to call yourself today or tomorrow, you end up being the people that serve the government and the state. Whether they make it seem like that through the perception of the media that you are in control, that's not the case, as we all have seen. Bush took the Constitution and the Bill of Rights and tried to minimize them so that by the time we got to look at this whole situation, like I said, and I will put it up on the board again, you could go back to that slide with the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. This was destroyed on purpose. Well, not completely destroyed. It's still intact somewhat, but there have been a lot of revisions and executive orders added to the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. And these are the things that we have to keep reading. We have to keep reading these laws all the time. And we have to keep bringing this important issue up, because this is actually the only thing that we have left that our ancestors helped the American United States corporation government put together. You see what I'm saying? Because as the indigenous people of the land, we helped them put it together. You see what I'm saying? And that's why you would look on the back of a $2 bill and you'll see one black guy. Who's that one black guy? Anybody know? Anybody see the back of the $2 bill and seen the one black guy?
I done heard, actually, I done heard two things. I heard it's Ben Banneker.
Yeah, it's Ben Banneker.
Then I heard it was Prince Hall.
It's all kind of little, things about it, but it's Ben Banneker. And he helped put together the government as it was on its way spiraling down after the Civil Wars and the Emancipation Proclamations and all that stuff. Ben Banneker actually even helped put together the whole Washington, D.C. setup.
Yeah.
And now, actually, if you look at Washington, D.C. today, it's not even a part of the United States government. It's actually a separate city-state, just like London and the Vatican are. Yep. So that's what's real heavy right here. We gotta keep looking into everything that they got going on out here. The contracts, everything that we're tied into. I mean, it's a very, very big and deep commercial entity that we're dealing with, and that to protect yourselves, like everyone says, like, okay, we got this over here, we got drugs, we got crime, we got all this. No, actually, we're the problem, because we haven't stepped back in to the constitutional fold of government that we should be in. You see, go to the last slide with the United States of America again. We are the subservient. So with that being said, I would like everyone to think about every contract they've ever been in or will sign in the future for a moment. Just think about that, and think about what the cautions or what the cautionary steps could be to correcting those errors when you enter those contracts. Next slide. All right, we got a national identification card. Now, for anyone who feels that they could identify with the Moorish nationality, that is which is the people of this land, with the history being, burned, written over, all kind of stuff going on. People might not believe that, the indigenous people were indeed fair-skinned, black-skinned people of, color and everything like that. So that's it right here. You want to be able to have your own identification card outside of the corporate ward status. And that really is a solution that goes beyond, going to court and try to fight for this and try to fight for that. You already have put your status on the record before you even have walked in the door. You see what I'm saying? And that's what makes it so powerful right there, that you already have a whole nationality, you have a flag, you have everything that's already yours, that was established thousands of years before Christopher Colombo and all those guys. And you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. So, with the nationality card, I'll just read through it real quick. Through here, the inevitable birthright and nationality now appearing in persona, impropria persona so juris, I have proclaimed that my free national name of Moorish American, I am a citizen of the Moorish American Empire, an ordained government prepared and due by the great gods, empowered as a clean and pure nation, indigenous to the continental area and territories. I am in accord with the national laws of our divine constitution, bearing the highest principles of love, peace, truth, freedom, and justice. We honor all divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, Noble Drew Ali with this proclamation. Come here to link yourselves with the families of the nations, and I here do declare that I am a Muslim, Islam, in order to retain the Islamic world first religion creed founded by our ancient forefathers in redemption of mankind on earth. And that's from the Moorish consulate. So that's also more information that you can go up, look it up for yourself and pull it up. And I mean, the stuff is powerful, and when you start dealing with the paradigm that we're actually in and wondering why so many things go on and why we don't get the things done that we don't want to see happen to us at all times and places, it's because we haven't nationalized yet and we haven't become a grand body. And once we do that, we can not overthrow, but come back into the constitutional fold of government. And I think that's the thing too behind the economic collapse right now, is that they notice that people are pulling their states out. States are even doing it. Like the actual corporate states are actually trying to become sovereign again. You know, I think it's about 21, 22 states right now that are actually going and trying to get their sovereignty again. I mean, and why would they want to do that? Because the government is trying to implement all kinds of contracts and agreements and, you know what I'm saying, proclamations and citations and, you know what I'm saying, the policies and the list goes on. And the state governments are like, man, we don't even have the money to pay for this stuff. So you want us to do all of this, and then you want the people to follow along with it too. We have to implement all this? No. Just go back to the way it was before the British colonies actually came over here and, you know, ran a ruckus. So let's go to the last slide. Now, take action and go back and review every contract, like I said earlier, knowing and unknowing. And what I mean by knowing and unknowing means that unknowing is that when you were corporate ward status, you were unknowing, meaning that you have a lawyer, or you could still have a lawyer come in, speak for you, or the person who owns your slave name could come in and speak for you. You see what I'm saying? But if you're knowing, that means that you're a sovereign individual and you're entering this contract of your own merit. And you know all the statutes that apply to that contract. And then be the sovereign and decide what contracts will exist: peace, love, and hotel.
Breaking down what you've seen. It's a 10-minute clip.
I have a question, my brother.
We still recording?
Yeah, we still recording because we want to make sure we be scholars and ask questions and whatever. Explain to me, for the individuals that may not know, what is a Moor and what is and explain to me the history and the origin of the Moorish American national government.
Perfect. That's perfect. I wouldn't love to do anything else but that. Okay, so the Moors really is, like everyone ever heard, we had Native American in our blood, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? We, you know, and that we were brought over from slaves and everything like that. Well, that's sort of true, but the thing is that we built great pyramids and mounds 6,000 years ago by our ancestors, which was the Moors. Now, the Moors are from the Al-Moroccan Empire, which is in Africa, and Amexem here in America. These are the ancient names of the cities in our countries and our towns. These are the ancient names of our cities and towns before, you know, the colonialism and the corporate war game and everything like that. We actually had territories and everything like that. And you might even remember about hearing about when we lost those during the Louisiana Purchase and the annex of Texas and stuff like that. That's when we were losing our land.